Now, what women really want to know about men. GMA special contributor Steve Harvey's relationship book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, has spent an incredible 39 weeks and counting on the New York Times bestseller list.
So it's time to draw on Mr. Harvey's wisdom. He's here this morning to play referee in the battle of the sexes, answering questions from real women about the men in their lives.
As opposed to...
I don't know. I just read it's there. I'm tired. But first, those women dished about their biggest relationship problems.
What frustrates me the most is when a guy doesn't do what he says he's gonna do. It turns me into a nag, and I don't want to turn into my mother.
Mama's boys, I have had that problem in the past with guys who think that their mothers know everything, who must have their mother's approval for everything.
I feel like I can't be everything all at once. I can't be the vixen, I can't be your mother, I can't cook, I can't clean.
If you want to be with your mama, then that's something you need to talk to a professional about. I cannot help you with that.
It could be like 6 months, 7 months, and they still don't want to give you a title. It's like, oh, well, we're almost exclusive. I'm like, well, almost doesn't count.
Men definitely have to have the remote in their hands. There is no question about it. I would like to see a scientific study done about that.
Let them be in control, or twist it so that he thinks that he made the decision.
A big confession, nobody wants you to last all night. We want to go to sleep. If you can do what you got to do and do it well in under 25 minutes, perfect.
My secret confession is I buy shoes and I hide them.
I once lied about my age.
I have lied about sex. I have said, yes, that was wonderful, when in fact it was not wonderful.
Go Jill! Go Jill! Yeah. Joining us now with answers for these women is GMA special contributor Steve Harvey.
How you doing?
Ooh, that was the clean version. That was some really saucy things. But do men really want to know what we're thinking?
Yeah, we do. You know, especially when it comes to intimacy. We do want to know, but you got to be careful because we have a very delicate ego in this area. So you can't just lay us on the grill like a slab of ribs and turn the fire on. You got to put a lot of barbecue sauce on us. You got to just douse us in barbecue. You got to marinate us with this. And you know, you can tell us what we're doing wrong intimacy, but you got to do it in a slick way. You got to find something that he does that you really like, and you know, just compliment him on it. Even if you can't think of anything, just make something up that we've done that you like, because we will take credit for it anyway. We'll just say, oh, yeah. And compliment him on it and just say, you know, that time you did that, it really, it shot me up on the ceiling. You know, you better believe the next time you're with him that he's going to do just that and see if he can't get you back up on the ceiling again.
I don't know how to react when I'm in this segment. I feel I just want to be small.
Just stay with me, baby. Let me take all these.
Let's get, please. That's why you're here. Let's make you a witness. All right, so let's hear some of the questions directly from these real women. Here's one from Lisa, 42, married, and she wants to know.
Sometimes men feel like we are nagging them, whereas what women see is perhaps a reminder or asking them. So I would like to know how we could change men to see it not as nagging, but as a simple request.
Okay. I'm looking at you both right there with the nagging.
Did you see how she even asked that question right? Some men think that we're nagging, and then she tried to smile with it like that's going to throw us off. No, it's nagging, and a friendly reminder has something to do with the tone. It's the tone in which you say it. You know, hey, honey, I'm going out. Hey, don't forget to take the garbage out so the house will smell fresh. That's a reminder.
Okay.
You just gonna sit there and let the house smell?
Yeah.
That's nagging.
And it hurts.
Now, yeah.
And it hurts. It hurts.
And that's not what we want to do. And a lot of time the tone is taken from what you do all day. Let's say you're a homemaker and you're at home with the kids all day. Well, then your husband comes home from a hard day of work. You're in that talking to the kid mode, and you sometimes lay that same tone on your kids. So did you do what I asked you to do today? Did you stop and get this on the way home like I asked you to? Mommy's not happy. You know, you can't talk to your husband that way. Or if you're a supervisor at work, you can't come home and talk to your husband like he works for you. You got to take the mommy cap off and you got to take the supervisor cap off and watch out. That goes both ways, but since we're talking to women.
Does that advice work for you? Because we, as always, bring a crowd up here. They like that. They like that. We have now a 35-year-old Erika Lewis. She's single. She's struggling with an issue that many dating couples are going through. The economy is bad. and she tends to date men who are out of work or looking for work. And she has this question for you.
What advice would you give to me if I'm, doing all the providing financially to make sure that he doesn't feel emasculated and he feel like he's contributing to the relationship?
Well, you said she dates a lot of men that's out of work. Why don't she quit dating out of work men?
Well, they lost their jobs. It's a tough economy.
Well, now, if
a
guy has lost his job, the economy's tough out there, so, but you got to go to what I wrote in the book about a man's DNA. What drives a man? What drives a man is to who he is, what he does, and how much he makes. Now, who he is a laid-off auto worker, a laid-off truck driver, a laid-off supervisor, or a laid-off postal worker. But guess what, though? What he does, where he does this act, determines how much he makes. 2 of the 3 things that drives him is now gone from this guy. So you're dealing with the guy that's pretty broken over here. If a guy can't provide and fulfill his DNA of who he is, what he does, and how much he makes, you got a bad situation. All you can do is be encouraging, keep telling him, hey, look, we're counting on you, we're family, we know you're going to do it, you're our hero, you can do it. Now, if it's going on for a year or so, then then the guy's got to make an adjustment. You got laid off making 60. You trying to wait on another $60,000 paying job. Maybe you have to take one paying 40,
Find a job.
45.
Find a job.
Wise words. Okay, Jacinta, married, and she wants to know.
Steve, what's the best way to let a man know that you're not interested in him?
Michelle, this is not Jacinta.
Oh, we're not going. That's Michelle.
That's okay. I can answer that. Don't worry about
that.
You can't. You cannot stop a guy. Once a guy is interested in you, we lock in. We don't care what you do. I've had 3 or 4 suggestions. You could a restraining order is sometimes helpful, or you could do what I had a buddy happen to him. You could just throw up on him every time he starts talking, or you could fake a seizure, but sometimes that don't work because I got a buddy of mine who actually travels with a spoon in his pocket. So in case you try to fake a seizure, he can help you keep from swallowing your tongue with the spoon.
Oh, my goodness. You've thought of everything.
Actually,
That's not, I'm not the guy.
No, let's make sure. I'm just checking.
When he said a friend, you looked at me.
I'm checking.
No, a guy locks in, he's in, man.
Rina is 30 and has a question, Steve, about her marriage.
My question to Steve is, does chivalry change after marriage? Why do men change? And, if so, what can I do to bring him back to where he used to be when we were still dating?
There are a lot of women popping their head up and down right now,
Steve,
right there.
Tell him.
I mean, look.
Tell him, Steve.
Chivalry never changes. It's just you stop expecting it. You start accepting less. If a guy opened the door for you before you got married, he'll keep opening the door if you keep expecting him to open the door. He'll keep doing the same things if you keep expecting it and requiring it. My wife, I've been opening doors for her since we met. Well, sometimes we'll come out of a restaurant, we'll be laughing or something, or arguing, one of the 2, and we'll be heading to the car, and I'll head to my door talking, and I'll see her go around to her door, but I'll forget and I'll go to my door, and then I'll see her just standing there, and I'll play it off. I just laugh like I'm going back to the trunk of the car and I touch something, but I ease on around there and get that door because she's gonna stand there and require that I keep doing the same things. Chivalry doesn't stop. It's just women stop requiring it and start accepting less. He's not going to get in the car and start it up and put it in reverse and pull off without you.
There was a cartoon I saw once, and the man was driving, and the woman was sitting in the passenger seat. And she said, why don't we sit like we used to, very close to one another in the car? And he said, I didn't move. I'm not the one that moved. She was the one that was now over there. But
change is a reaction to change.
Yeah, that's true. Whoa.
Hey.
Wow.
My man, taking chances.
Give me some of that.
Taking chances, baby. Taking chances.
All right, now we have Jacinta, 53 years old, married, and very, very important question.
My husband loves sports, watches it all the time. I think I didn't even know there were so many ESPN channels. However, when I try to be engaged or ask questions, he looks at me like, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, he knows this is not sincere. You're not really interested in the game. You're just trying to figure out why he's picking sports over you. The guy been a sports fan all his life. He's got to get ready for Monday morning. He's got to go to work, let everybody know. He's got an armchair quarterback. He's got to tell them, I saw the play. We got to be abreast of this so we can participate as men the next day. We don't have time. Why is everybody yelling? Because they scored. Scored what? A goal. How many points you get for a goal? Hey.
All right, Steve.
I'm watching the game here,
Right.
you know.
You are on your game this morning with us. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it. And we know you have an opinion on this. We want to hear it. Go to our shout-out board, abcnews.com. Steve Harvey.